Hi guys, so I just thought I'd pop myself on here just to have a conversation with you all, go through some frequently asked questions about microblading and tattooed brows. So what I wanted to go through first is a lot of my clients that are coming in lately. There's quite a few misconceptions between what microblading is. A lot of people request to have microblading, and then as soon as I start, they're like, oh, I thought it was a machine. So I'm just going to go through how I use microblading and when I use my tattooing machine for eyebrows. For me personally, I use the microblade to do hair strokes. I think they come out better for my work, and then I use the digital machine to create a shaded look. So people are saying, oh, I don't want permanent makeup, I want microblading. Well, essentially they're all the same thing. They're all micropigmentation, so it's all a case of putting ink down to a deeper layer of the skin, so when it heals over it will last you around a year to 2 years. And again, people are confused by the term permanent makeup and semi-permanent makeup. They're the same thing. Some people use permanent makeup because we can't give you an exact time frame that ink's going to be in your skin. Some people use semi-permanent makeup because you do have to maintain the colour of your brows to keep them nice. They're not going to last forever. So I'm just going to go through the process with you so you know kind of what happens on the day. So on the day, I scratch test my client just behind the ear, a little scratch and pop some pigment in it just to make sure you're not allergic to anything. In the meantime, you'll then be numbed up on the eyebrow area while you fill out some forms to make sure you're healthy and good enough to go ahead with the treatment. And then after that, I'll lay my clients down, take your before photos, and once that's done, I'll start drawing them on. So you're measured out to make sure everything's level, measure out the fronts, the arch and the tails, and then it's drawn on with a black pencil. It doesn't look particularly pretty at this stage because it's drawn on in a box to give me that perfect guideline for when I add the strokes in or the shading or whatever eyebrow you've requested. So once we've agreed on the shape, I sit my clients up and we discuss what we think's best. And I always say I want you to like the shape, agree with me that you think they're as even as they can be. And then from there, we will tattoo. So apart from you thinking they're too dark and the box doesn't look particularly nice, it is just a guideline for the shape. And then once we start the tattooing process, a lot of my clients lately are requesting a combination brow. So the strokes are actually done first and then the shading's added after. So it's always a good time for me to show you your brows once the strokes are just in, and then once we can agree to see if you want some shading added or not, because a lot of my clients then decide no, the strokes are enough, and then if needs be we can add the shading to make it a combination brow on your 6-week touch-up. Once you've had the tattooing done, I'll explain all the aftercare for you. It's really simple, and if you follow it step by step, I've tried a lot of different aftercares, as my clients will know, and this is by far the best. It helps it to the healing process to be a lot nicer for you. It's not so itchy for you. You don't want to pick it, scratch it, and it stops a sort of a big thick scab forming. So it enables you to go out like normal and no one would know that you're sort of mid-healing of your eyebrows. And then once you've done that, you'll go away, go through the healing process. They're totally healed after about 4 weeks, and then I see you back at 6 to 8 weeks to touch them up. This is just a stage to touch up any strokes that haven't healed properly. If we need to go dark with the colour, because on you the colour has faded a little bit more, we can do that. It's a good chance to perfect the brows that we've done, because I always say to my clients, the closer we get to perfect, the more fussy we all become. So on your first treatment you might come in and be like, do what you want to do, and then on your second treatment you think, no, actually I want the fronts a little bit more square, or I want the tails a little bit longer, or even want to go a little bit darker, whereas you might have felt a little bit apprehensive on your first treatment. And then after that you go through the healing process again for a week, and once that stage is done, everything's filled in, those brows will last you around a year to 2 years before you need what's called a colour boost. A colour boost is one treatment, and it will just restore the colour. It gives you a chance to make any changes again. So if you want to go a little bit more intense and add some shade in from just having the hair strokes before, we can do that. And what you find is over time the brow will shrink down slightly, so we're just restoring how they were before when you left a year ago. And then once you go through that process, you just need to you will have to, you know, do the long-term care with them. This will mean that you get a longer period of time out of your eyebrows. The most important thing is SPF on the eyebrows. It is a tattoo, it is vulnerable to the sun, and the same with anti-aging products. Anything with glycolic acid, anything that penetrates quite deep into the skin is going to fade the brows out quicker. So you must avoid it over the brow area. But SPF will be your best friend with the longevity of your brows. So I'm just going to run through prices with you. So if you want hair stroke brows, combination brows, or ombre brows, which is the shaded eyebrow, all techniques are £350. This is because I do not want you to choose what you want based on price. We need to do the best brows for you, your skin type, how you like them, the finish of them, how full you want them. You know, I want to give you the best brows that suit you, and you're gonna get the longest time out of them. So the 350 includes your first treatment and your touch up. And then your colour boosts are different prices depending on the time scale. So anything up to 12 months is, so 8 to 12 months, I don't like to see my clients any sooner than 8 months. You need to give your skin time to totally heal over, is £150. And then the 13 months to 18 months is £180, and then the 19 months to the 24 months is £210. So it's very reflective of the length of time you're getting out of the brows. We do have to have a cut-off point, obviously, but that time scale is taken from your 6-week touch-up appointment, so the last time I see you, to finish your treatment, and then you'll just be maintaining that year after year, or, you know, every 18 months. If you've got a special event coming up, you want to do it around a month before. But that's pretty much it on brows. So thanks for listening to me, and have a nice day. Bye.